All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rain World. Spearmaster 2. It's been a little while. Let me turn the music on. Let me know if that volume is good. I guess it's nice to take breaks from Spearmaster though. It can be a little bit draining to play for a long time. Uncalled for gourmand. Let me set a few things up that I always forget to do before the stream. Okay, I think it's all good now. Yeah, all right, let's get started. So basically, so the gourmand run that I did on stream, because of stream lag, part of the run just disappeared. It's about 40 seconds, I think. Just kind of got cut out of the final video, which I didn't notice. I just kind of finished the run and then immediately uploaded it to speedrun.com. And I think if I don't want to upload a video to YouTube and submit that run, then what was that rule? Then I don't really spend too much time checking the run. If I just finish a run on stream, then I basically just create a highlight on Twitch and then submit that. I don't really spend too much time on it. So I didn't notice the like 40 seconds that are missing from the run. So obviously that invalidates it. So I had to do another run. I need to redo Gourmand, but I kind of didn't want to stream it again because I'm focusing on Spearmaster for streams, right? So all the streams recently have just been Spearmaster, and I want to keep that up. So basically, I've decided that the streams are for Spearmaster, and so if I'm gonna do another Gourmand run, then it needs to be off stream. Except then, you know, I was doing runs, and I was like, you know, why don't I just stream this anyway? It's kind of in addition to the normal streams. So that's like the stream that I did for Gourmand. That was kind of an extra stream, kind of a little bonus, you know? Not on the normal schedule, not at the normal time. And also with no mic, because I just wanted to focus on gameplay. Hello, dude. I actually do find that it's easier to do runs when I'm not talking or when I'm not paying too much attention to chat. So sometimes, you know, if the whole purpose of the stream is just to finish a run, then I might do that, you know. But for these kind of streams, it's kind of a mix, you know, like I'm like mostly focusing on the speed run, but you know, it's nice to have chat there as well. How much Rain World do I play a day? Pretty much just what you see in the streams, and then maybe a little bit extra, like. So outside of all of the Spearmaster speedruns that you see on stream, I did maybe like a handful of Gourmand attempts off stream, and then the extra stream that wasn't on schedule. I did used to play a lot more off stream. I think around the time I was running Reveal It a lot more, I really wanted to spend, well, actually for Reveal It, I wanted to practice that run a lot, but I didn't want every live stream to be just practice attempts, even though a lot of them still were. But basically I did a lot of practice off stream so that when I did stream, I could at least finish some attempts. And that's how I approached some speedrun categories, you know. Do some practice off stream and then do the real attempts on stream. But there's a point where, you know, I've played this game so much so far, and I've been streaming it constantly. Well, not really constantly, but you know, regularly. I've been playing Rain World, and so I don't really want to get too burnt out. I've been kind of burnt out every once in a while. Nice. But I feel pretty good about the game now. So I think like the amounts that I'm playing Rain World now is like a good amount, and I don't need to keep playing it more than I already do. So I pretty much only play during the streams. The Gourmand attempts were a bit of an exception because I had already done the Gourmand streams, yet I still need to finish another run, right? Is the music too loud? Egg bug. I couldn't do any hop there because I was holding the bad fly, and I tried to switch hands. Didn't work though. Alright, this is where the run gets kind of awful. I need to get over here before the red lizard. Uh-oh, I might be dead here. I hate this scenario. Guess that can work. Oh, I switched. This is so slow. But I guess it's nice if I don't run into any other lizards. But it's not like that it's not like I'm constantly playing Rain World and practicing speedruns. Actually, I'm a little worried sometimes that people might think that. Well, actually, no. That's the wrong way to put it. You might assume that in order to get good at the game, or to have good speedruns, that you would need to play it all the time. If you don't have, like, a lot of free time to just, like, practice and grind runs all the time, then you're not going to be able to get good results, right? You're not going to be able to compete at a high level in speedruns. But I've been able to achieve pretty decent results with just ooh. Okay, good way to get a mask. There's another guy down there. But I basically only do 3 streams a week, each like 2 to 3 hours long. And I've still been able to get like world records and stuff. And of course I have also spent a decent amount of time practicing the game and like getting good at the game outside of the streams. But if you have at least like 9 hours a week, or maybe even less, like 6 hours a week, no, 5, yeah, 6. I can do math. Like that's probably enough to like compete. Like even if you, especially if you just focus on a single category, like if you only speedrun Artificer, and you played for like about an hour every day, or maybe like 2 hours on a few days, you could probably get world record. Like, I've been doing all of this spread across like all the different categories. Like, I could probably get a much better time if I just focus on like Rivulet or something. Even playing the game less. Nice to be playing a fast character. Some Gourmand fans like to talk about how the character is actually really good and really fast too, because of some of the movement tech they have. And I'm the kind of person to disagree with that, as you're probably aware. But also, I have the world record for Gourmand, and I have had it for a while now. I think that Gourmand fans are going to look at my run and be like, look, Gourmand is fast, the evidence is right here. Even though I'm the one who disagrees with them. Unfortunately, I can't do something like speedrun the category as Survivor to like compare the two. Because Gourmand does have some abilities that make them faster, like being able to craft a Vulture Mask makes dealing with the lizards better, although that doesn't really increase your speed at all. It just makes the run more consistent. But the big thing is in Outer Expanse being able to craft a grapple worm. That makes a lot of rooms a lot faster. And so I guess you could say in that specific scenario, Gourmand's ability does in fact make them faster. But that has nothing to do with their base movement stats at all. If Survivor had access to a grapple worm in that area, they would do pretty much just the same. I mean, grapple worm movement is pretty much the same across all the characters. Except for maybe like Rivulet, because they just have higher base speed. Oops, that's a mistake. Please get out of the way. I also forgot to grab a spear at some point. I might spend too much time in this room. I'm definitely spending too much time in this room, goodness. Plus I think the Elite Vulture Mask is a little bit less effective. You're supposed to hit the lizard. Droplings can spawn Karma Flowers in any campaign. I think. Oh gosh. There definitely would not have been unusual for me to get hit by that. Okay, well, never mind. I did get hit by it. Just a little bit delayed. They might be disabled, just completely. Goodness. I mean, there's still parts of the game that I'm probably bad at. I don't really do score runs. I don't play characters that I don't like. Like, I never deal with like double spawns. Some players are really good at dealing with double spawns and setting them up. Some players are better at like the difficult movement tech than I am. I specialize in speedrunning, and so this is what I'm good at, you know. If you just play casually, you're gonna get good at playing casually, but that might not really like. That might not mean that you're good at like movement tech. Like, have you tried to like learn how to do AI hops? It's not like just playing the game will just make you better at it. Although, you know, if you have like spent a lot of time trying to learn how to do AI hops and you're just not able to do it ever, then that's unfortunate. I mean, it's understandable though, because it's really difficult. Still bad at casual play. don't know. I like to believe that anyone can do. How general is this? If you want to get good at something, I think it's possible to get good at it. There may be some limitations at like the extremes. If you want to get good at some sports, but if you just like don't have the genetics for it, or if you're like not tall enough, or if you're, you know, that stuff can have an impact. But you can still probably get really good for what you're capable of, you know. You just might not be able to compete at the highest level possible. For like computer stuff, for video games, for, you know, things that aren't, well, I don't know, maybe there is some sort of like, maybe some people just are better at it than others. But I like to think that anyone could, like, with enough practice, get to like a really high skill level. Hello. Welcome to the screen. Centipede. Because, I mean, like, a year ago, I was the one watching top level speedrunners. And I was thinking, wow, they're really good at the game. I want to do that too. I find that something that helps that you might not think would help is practicing something that is way more difficult than you think you're able to do. So it might just be like one room in a speedrun, and you can try to see if you can replicate the movements that the world record does in that room, right? So look at the movement that they do and try to replicate it as well as you can. It doesn't have to be like base movement, it could be with like a grapple worm. So watch someone use a grapple worm through underhang or through precipice and try to replicate their movements. Or maybe it could just be like one little movement tech. Like, oh, this is the strategy that they use to get up this one jump. How do I replicate that, you know? And maybe it seems kind of impossible, but maybe there's a point where if you practice this one thing enough, you can get good at it. And then by getting good at that one single action, you are suddenly better at like all like movement tech. Like just being able to do something that is out of your skill range can kind of expand your skill range, even outside of that little bit that you practiced. Nice. That's a good start. Actually, it's a good start. I kind of forgot what good splits look like. Do it. But you just kind of got in the way of that. Not my fault at all. Someday a lizard is gonna grab me when I'm doing that. I'm gonna be very sad. Mr. Jump scare, goodness. I love industrial. Dude, just let me go. there was a point when I was speedrunning Artificer where I kept dying to King Vultures. And it's becoming really annoying. Like, oh, these King Vultures keep messing with my runs. I don't know how to deal with them. And that's because for the past, like, year, my response to King Vultures was always just run away. If I see a King Vulture, just get away from it, you know, stay in pipes and tunnels, just leave the room, wait for it to leave, you know. Or, in my attempts to run away, they would just snipe me, right? And so I realized these King Vultures are actually, like, a serious problem that I realized that I didn't know how to deal with. And so I, like, made sure to pay attention to King Vultures and trying to figure out how to dodge them. And also by watching some other people play and how they deal with King Vultures. That was smooth. And eventually, by the end of the Artificer speedruns, I was actually much better at dodging King Vultures, and that even carried over into other categories. Even as like Slowcats that aren't as agile as Artificer. And just by focusing on that one interaction, like how to dodge King Vultures, I'm now just better at the game, just by a little bit, you know? Excuse me. Wow. I always forget, they're very fast. You are awful. How do I deal with this guy, actually? Is that bat flies or is it a scavenger? I mean, if you enjoy the game, playing it the way that you already are, like, there's no reason for you to like spend a lot of time trying to improve, you know? If you just enjoy the playing the game as is, you know, there's no pressure unless you really are like motivated yourself to practice like that. Okay, this is a good start. Also, specifically for speedruns, I find that practice runs help a lot. And practice runs could be two things. One, it could be actually three things. One, it could be just doing a run without resets. So, you know, sometimes if you make a mistake or if you die in a speedrun, you feel like you want to just reset, you know, start from the beginning over again. But a practice run means that you don't care. Just don't care about that, just keep going anyway. Oh, hello, Vulture. I would like your face. Which kind of forces you to get through the entirety of the run. Nice. You're just gonna hand it to me. And this is only useful for like 2 rooms, but that's also what ended the last run. Well, no. I had a Spearmaster then, but I was just kind of slow. But yeah. Like, not resetting kind of forces you to get good at the end of the run, just as good as well as just as much as the beginning of the run, which you're gonna be doing a lot more than normal. It's just kind of how the way, just how speedruns are. You're always gonna be doing the beginning more, but also when you're at the end of a run, you need to be the most focused, right? Actually, make sure that you finish it. So it's worth spending a lot of time practicing like the second half of a run, or maybe like the last third of a run. Even though you're not going to get there often, it's good to be familiar with it. It could also mean starting like halfway through. Okay, actually, I just said that. I just combined the first and second points. So you could also use like a mod like port menu to just teleport yourself to the second half of a run and just do it from there, which I think is a good idea. And the last thing is to do things without creatures. To do runs without creatures. Either normal runs or runs from certain segments, or doing one segment over and over and over again until you get the movements right. Because if you only do normal speedruns, then you're only ever going to get to a later part of the run, you know, when you get there. If it's like 10 minutes into the run, you're going to have to wait 10 minutes to actually get to that point. If you can even make it there. Oh, great. There's scavengers. And if at the beginning of the run is really difficult, you might not even get to the 10-minute mark that often. So you could just go straight to the part of the run that gets you in 10 minutes and just practice that over and over again. Or with no creatures, you know, there's, I mean, ignoring like deaths from movement stuff, like if you fall off a cliff. Nice. Which is also, I also like to use dev tools in practice runs so that if I do fall, I can just like teleport myself back up so I don't lose the run. If I do fall, I also remember to like spend a little bit more time practicing that little segment because obviously I had difficulty with it. I'll just take this guy's spear. Now he can't hurt me. Probably should have done that from the beginning. Oh gosh, can I stop? Don't I... Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of throwing right now. That could have been a lot better. There was a lot of dumb mistakes. Thank you. Okay, if you count all the attempts that I failed, then this would probably take just as long as that. Good. Man, it's good to not be Gourmand. I don't like him being all the way over there. Please move. Thank you. I hit the wall there. That's why I like to move a little bit higher up there, but it's fine. Oh no, it's not just the one time he blocked the exit. He does that all the time. Not really. I mean, it's pretty low chance, but it's not surprising, and I've seen a lot of clips of people getting where that happens. But also, it's not the end of the run. It's not like the run is completely over if that happens, because you can still make it through. It's a lot slower. And if you mess that up, then the run is over. Inspector, I think I saw him down there. Sundown. There's a lot of rocks here. Normally you have to create a spear there. If I didn't grab onto that, I would have been fine. It's pretty rare, but it has happened more than once. I realized what I did. Just a little bit too late. This kind of sucks. Oh my gosh. Is it really a speedrun if I don't make like 10 dumb mistakes every region? Why did that happen? Okay, I'm not really happy with this run. I'm really not happy with this run. So many dumb mistakes everywhere in an area that should be easy. He's mad. They threw a spear at me. I've already left the room, dude. Oh, wow, that lined up well. that made up for it a little bit, but this is still going to be behind by a decent amount. Plus this, of course. Why not add some more mistakes? I think, you know, the main reason I'm disappointed by these kind of mistakes, I should be out of underhang by now, but, you know, when I'm doing these runs, I think the goal is to finish it, you know, to just, like, complete a speedrun and then be done with the category. Like, oh, I've done one Spearmaster run and that's it, you know, I've completed the category. But when there's, like, obvious mistakes everywhere, then that, it feels like, you know, there's imperfections, there's a lot of opportunity to make improvements, but that also means that I have to go back and do more runs again, right? So it means that I'm not over with Spearmaster and then I have to keep doing this category. So in the middle of a run, if I make mistakes, it's like, why do I even continue with this run? I'm gonna keep doing more runs after this anyway. Yes, so after Pebbles, go to Moon. So we're going through Underhang and then Precipice and then enter Moon from there, and then after Moon we just pretty much go backwards, same way that we came from. That could have been a bit better. I think that's most of them that I passed there. Spitter Spider, Dropwig, Slime Lizard, Blue Lizard, White Lizard. Was there a White Lizard? I don't know. Now, I don't do this all the time, but some particularly dangerous areas, I kind of keep track of all the creatures that I've seen so far compared to the creatures that I'm expecting to see. So in those few rooms that I just went through, I'm expecting to see a Spitter Spider, some Slime Lizards, a Dropwig, you know, White Lizard too, I think, Blue Lizard, you know. And it's like, okay, have I seen this creature and have I passed it? Is it behind me? If I have yet to see it, then that probably means that I should expect to see it in the next few rooms, you know. If I have yet to see the Spitter Spider, then I need to be careful of the darts, try to dodge those maybe, or have a spear ready to attack them with. If it's a Dropwig that I've yet to see, then I have to keep track of, you know, look at ceilings, make sure that I don't get ambushed by a Dropwig. You kind of do the same thing in the wall. Try to keep track of the White Lizards there. Hey, dude. He's so still you can't even see him. Please. Don't jump directly. Yeah, that sucks. If that just went a little bit further, I would have landed on the platform and been totally fine. Crazy part about Spearmaster is that that's not even halfway through the run. There's still like more than half the run left in some of the more dangerous areas that you have to go through again. That was dumb. Just throw a spear directly into the wall. Why don't you? Nice. Just a little extra bat fly for a snack. think both attempts so far got a Vulture Mask at some point. Either from a Vulture or a Beat Scavenger. Might just be a little bit too difficult to get past the wall with that one, at least consistently or quickly. Because I could try to like pick off the Slime Lizards one by one. But it's probably faster just to fight a Vulture once instead of fighting like 5 Slime Lizards and White Lizards afterwards. Oops. He got me. I was extended sliding. Surely the White Lizard is not going to do anything. Oh no. The Red Lizard. Sure, I'll take that. I mean, it's kind of slow, but I kept going and there's not any other lizards. Just kidding, I'm also bad still. I'll see what the split says. Okay, I guess that wasn't too awful. Anything around like -30 to -40 is pretty good. You can lose a lot of time in Industrial if you like fight a bunch of Vultures or Lizards. Specifically in that room with the Red Lizard. Which is, I mean, that's exactly what happened, but I guess it wasn't too bad compared to other attempts. No scavengers. I think like if you see one scavenger, you can expect to see more, but if you don't, there's either one, or there's either none or a lot. That's how it is with scavengers. Same with elites. I mean, I think elites just kind of follow the group like normal. You're annoying. It's extra annoying now. Oh, I hear a scavenger. Actually, that's kind of something that I want, but these just seem like normal scavengers, so not exactly what I want. Sorry, dude. Vipery? No, I'm going down at that point. I guess I should prioritize survival. I usually think that there's at least one option that is the fastest and that can avoid death. But maybe that's not always the case, and there's only an option between like being slow or dying, you know? Back at it again. Yes. And I will always be doing this more until I finish a run. And who knows, maybe that run is gonna have some sort of weird problem with it. I'm gonna have to redo it. Which also... Oops. Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. I need to fix that in a bit. I had one good run that kind of made it to Precipice, but that died kind of early. I've mostly just been industrial, chimney, like normal. There's a chance that a different playstyle could finish a run much sooner. I mean, if my goal really was to finish Spearmaster's campaign as soon as possible, then I would not play like this. But that's not the goal. I just need to do it very fast one time, no matter how long it takes to actually do that one attempt. What are you doing? Did you just try to catch me? I know he's gonna do the wall pounds here, so I'm gonna try to grab him. That was okay. I mean, I did slow down so that I could start recording. That's what you should do in most scenarios when you're dealing with a lizard. Hit them, stun them in some way, and then run past. If you don't have an extra hand open, you can't do that. Good timing. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that. No, it's fine. Okay. White lizard in a really bad spot. Oh, grab that. Thank you, egg bug. That's why I like the passive creatures so much. They distract the lizards. No, that's not the only reason, but it's nice. Speedruns. That was almost gold. There's a dead dropwig there. That's nice, actually. 2 dropwigs there means that I'm not going to see another one through the rest of the chimney. Okay. Nice tail. Think I can run away fast enough? Yeah, I'm fine. They kind of give up after a while anyway. That did not stun them for very long. Okay. Vultures are going to be the last problem here. Probably shouldn't have thrown that. There's a king vulture. Okay. Oh yeah, more of them, please. Have fun, lizard. I don't think it's ever really worth fighting king vultures for masks. They have way too much health and it's way too easy for them to kill you. A normal vulture, you just hit them with 2 spears and they are no longer aggressive. For king vultures, it takes like 6 spears. And you think like, oh, just like hit them with, or pair a few spears and hit them all. Hit them with them all at the same time. But then a few spears hit their masks and they bounce off and then suddenly you're left with no spears. The wrong direction. No vulture mask this time. There's a dropwig. Okay, vulture, I would like you to scare away all the lizards. What are you doing? I thought they turned around. Hey, vulture, aren't you scared? This is kind of slow, but I guess we'll take it compared to like fighting the lizards. Spending a bunch of time on that. Well, here's another. That's a white. I didn't even see it. And the vulture's already busy. Cyan? There were so many things that I could have used rocks on. Okay, I did protect myself against the vulture and then the lizard and then the other lizard. Well, I'm recording this time, so Nothing to worry about there. No. Someday. Movement is fast. I mean, compared to Gourmand. Yes. You know, I actually did a little comparison. I looked at my Gourmand run that I completed recently, and my Pebbles percent run at Survivor that I've done like a few months ago, or maybe like just 1 month ago, somewhat recently. And I compared how long it took them to get from Chimney to Pebbles. And Survivor was a lot faster. No surprise. By like 2 minutes. I feel like I need to do more tests though between Gourmand and the other characters, because of course when you're looking at vertical movement, Gourmand is going to be very slow just because they can't climb up poles very fast. So like some horizontal rooms I should look at, some rooms that are like a mix of both. And then characters that aren't just Survivor, because honestly, that's kind of a sad comparison, because Survivor is the slowest character out of all the slug cats already. Well, ignoring Gourmand, of course, but they're the one we're comparing against. I'm pretty sure that I mean, okay, there's probably some scenarios where like Saint, you know, is the same speed as Survivor if there's no ceiling. Of course, you can't really say that Saint is slow, considering what else they're capable of. You can do that? Do what? Karmic Ashes? That's a very bizarre slide. Okay, first mistake. Second mistake. Third mistake. Oh my gosh. I spent up all my... I already spent all my good attempts on this. What are you doing? Oh. Cannibalism. But this is a lot slower. It sucks. That was bad timing. Hey, dude. Okay. I get it. I understand. Congratulations on the Gourmand run thing. I'm very happy about getting that run done as quickly as I did. Like, I mean, I complain about Gourmand, but compared to Spearmaster or Artificer, the speedrun's pretty easy. It didn't take too many attempts to get a decent run. Although, maybe if I tried to optimize it as much as I'm trying to optimize Artificer and Spearmaster, then maybe it would take longer. I mean, definitely it would take longer. It's still not a great run, though. Like, there's plenty of, like, mistakes and big-time losses, just kind of all over the place. Which I think is unfortunate for a world record run. Because you look at that as a reference for, like, what a Gourmand run looks like, right? Like, what are the movement techs that you can use? What are the strategies that you use in the route that you take? But there's situations where I deviate from the path that I would normally take, the movement that I would normally do. But, you know, you don't get to see how you're supposed to do that movement. You just see how I did it in the run. And so if I make a mistake, then that's what it's like, oh, he made a mistake there, but I don't know what the ideal strategy was. Or you might even interpret it as this is the best way to do it, even though it's a mistake. Just because you don't know what the right way to do it is. I feel like every time I do like or I upload one of those videos, I want to like also make a video that comments or that points out every single mistake and like alternate strategy that you could use. Took the geek away. Luckily there was another geek very close by for me to grab. I guess it was still in the same room, right? I could have just gone back to the start of the room. But it's lucky that there was another geek that was even closer than that. I considered just running forward, but I didn't know when the next geek was. I was worried that I would run forward and then never get a chance to get another geek. Also, the worm pit room is just a huge mess. There's lizards there. I like mess up the jump on my first attempt. Luckily, I actually decided to go back and practice the worm pit room a little bit to both come up with a better strategy for it and also to find a backup strategy, because I didn't know that you could actually make it back. So on my first Gourmand run that I finished, that got invalidated, I fell into the worm pit, right? I messed up the jump. And so my backup plan is to go backwards all the way back to the... Basically go around in a big circle to come back to the worm pit room and do it again. Attempt to jump again. Uh-oh. I can't climb up poles. Okay, I'll let them carry me. That rock did not stun them for very long, unfortunately. I don't see any other lizards though. That's an egg bug. I didn't see the white lizard. I should have saved the spear for the lizard. Or, well, my idea was that I could use the spear to get up there faster to escape the lizard quicker. But for whatever reason, I think the lizard prevented me from climbing up. It's one of those days where I don't get any good attempts the whole time. I hope not. Hello. Welcome to the stream. There's an explosive spear up there. Oh, the other one. That's cool. Nice. I mean, it's rough. Like, Spearmaster's not the character that I would like to spend this much time on. It's just kind of, this is what it takes to finish a run. I wonder how it is for other speedrunners. For a game that's actually like good for speedrunning. Do they like finish runs regularly, and actually getting like an improvement on their time is what like takes a long time? So let's say that they do attempts for a week, and within that week they finish like 8 runs, but only one of those 8 runs actually beat their record, or maybe they didn't beat their record at all, and it takes like another week of attempts to finish a run that actually like gets a PB or maybe even a world record. Or is it that they're going for strategies that will allow them to get world record, but because those strategies are difficult, it takes them 2 weeks to finish a run? So basically the same way that it is for Rain World. I don't know. I mean, I see like I've seen other speedruns of other games, but I'm not too familiar with like actually speedrunning them. Let's say for like Celeste. Celeste is like pretty easy to speedrun. Okay, that's not quite right. It's very difficult to speedrun. But I feel like once you get good and like consistent at the game, it wouldn't be too difficult to just finish a run, right? Because if you die, you only lose like a... If you die in Celeste, you only lose like 5 seconds. You respawn in the same room and you just do it again, right? Maybe there's some rooms that are like really long, like at the end of chapter 3. So if you die at the end of that, then you lose so much time that you might as well restart. Or maybe you keep track of like how much time you need to save in a run. So if you die more than that much time, or if deaths lose more than that much time, then you have to restart. But if your goal is just to finish a run, you can do it, right? Maybe you'll die a few more times than normal, and you'll have to like you'll lose like 20 seconds or something. And maybe you make some movement mistakes here and there. But eventually you'll be able to get to the end no matter what. And, you know, it's the same for Rain World. It's just that the respawn points are much farther apart. You don't lose 10 seconds, you lose 10 minutes. And I guess there is like a much harsher like punishment for losing too much. Because of karma. So if you do make too many mistakes, you're just gonna have to restart or spend another like minutes getting your karma back up. At which point you aren't really speedrunning. I feel like that kind of format is like way better for like live events at least. If you're doing a Rain World speedrun live, well, for like an event, and you have to finish a run within a certain amount of time, then you kind of have to play completely differently. You have to be way more careful around creatures, and you need to take way more shelters just to be safe. Unless you're super confident, or doing something that isn't too difficult. That's a karma flower. That's a red lizard. Yeah, I should have expected that. But I can't imagine doing a speedrun and losing a bunch of time and like continuing the run, even though you know that you're not going to get a record. Like, as long as you know how much time save is possible, if you lose more time than that possible time save, then it's not worth continuing. I mean, even in the case where you don't lose that much time, if you have like 40 seconds of potential time save, and you lose 30 seconds early in the run, then you would still need to play pretty much perfect to gain at least 30 seconds of that time save back. In order to just to break even with your record, you need to save even more time past that to improve. I guess there's also like potential like risky strategies that you can take that save time but tend to lose attempts. So if you're behind, you might as well go for those strategies to try to save the run. I guess Rain World isn't too bad. There's still games like RPGs that actually take like hours to complete and are like completely random throughout the whole thing. You must be a huge fan of those kind of games if you ever like actually want to speedrun though. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same for Rain World. If I like speedrunning more than Rain World, then I would speedrun another game. That was unfortunate. It's pretty much just as much time lost as that other run. I would like to think that the game that is more based on like that just a bit more based on skill and like consistency that depends or that changes the outcome of the run over RNG. But maybe there's a point where you push yourself so far that it's like so difficult that you make just as many or that you lose just as many runs compared to a game with RNG. What is this? Whoa. Like, if Rain World had no creatures... Oh my gosh, can you slide? If Rain World had no creatures and we still did speedruns, then maybe the speedruns would be just as difficult because we would have much higher standards for what a good run is. Can you move? Uh-oh, red lizard. I mean, at some point, the difficulty gets so high that it does just become randomness. If a technique requires, like, frame-perfect inputs, then maybe there's, like, it's just impossible to get consistent enough at it to hit those consistently. And so you just, you know, just do enough attempts to get lucky. Even though, technically, you could improve at the trick to do it more consistently, you'll never get 100% consistent at it, just because it is frame-perfect or something like that. Hey, dude. I'm on with the vulture. Can I get out though? That was probably slow for a vulture mask, but whatever. I mean, add that to the time loss, but I'll try to go fast now. Simio. I would like a rock. No rock. He's dancing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, for him. Good job. Okay, we're behind by like 30 seconds. If the wall is like perfect, I can make that time back, I think. Yeah, nothing much, just perfection. I might have to be quiet, too. Thank you, lizard. You're gonna be annoying. Thank you. It's raining anyway. Well, okay. I didn't want to create a spear to slow down. Or, yeah, I don't want to slow down to create a spear. And I thought maybe a rock would work fine too. Hello. Welcome back. What are you doing? Ah. There we go. Didn't expect that. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I didn't really announce it at all. But also, it was probably kind of boring because I wasn't talking at all, so you didn't miss much. You could just watch the final run, and that's pretty much most of it. I don't know if I want to do more streams like that. Because I just wanted to get Gourmand out of the way, but I didn't want to do like more Gourmand streams. So I was focusing on, or trying to focus on Spearmaster. So that was kind of just like a little extra dream. Sometimes I wonder if I mess this up because of the timing or because of the inputs. Maybe I'm just pressing the wrong keys, or if I'm pressing them all at the wrong time. I hate this. Thank you for doing that, the last attempt. We're still here. Sometimes I'm a little worried about Saint too. Saint was a different category when I attempted it last. And kind of one of the first times where I like ran into a brick wall with the speedrun. Because like a bunch of other runs before were like I completed within like only a handful of streams, and it was like, okay, not too bad. But then I tried to improve Saint the more, and I just could not get the time that I wanted. I gave up on that. It was only after those Saint runs where I did Artificer a long time, and Spearmaster was just taking a long time. Maybe Spearmaster is going to be the same thing. I'm going to move on to Saint, or did I say Saint? Spearmaster? I think that Saint might be the same thing, right? It takes another like 10 streams to complete a good run for that. Because it is a longer, well, it might be a shorter run. I don't know. Maybe there's like improvements to be made to that category that would make it shorter. But it's around the same time as Spearmaster. But also, I feel like you have so much more mobility. There's some cases where it would be a lot easier. Try wall bouncing. Ooh, they're in a really not great spot for that. I could not get that timing. I get lucky with this, I'll keep going. Never mind. Like, Rivet was so easy. If anyone's interested in speedrunning downboard, speedrun Rivet, they're so easy. Like, there's nothing dangerous at all in that whole run. Compared to these characters. I wasn't even on the platform when I jumped there. Are there 2 rocks there stacked on top of each other? Or did I pick up a different rock? I think so. Been a while since I've made it past the outskirts. We're going backwards. First I died in Precipice, then I died in the Wall a bunch, then I died in Chimney, then Industrial. Like, if it's gonna overflow, I'm gonna finish the run. Yeah, I'll visit SRS first. Man, I waited there and then I missed. This is still a little bit slow because of that. Kind of short cycle again. Could help out. Maybe I just forget how to do this sometimes. Oh, never mind. This is still not great. I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be some point where I have to move from being fast to just trying to finish a run. Like forget about like the really good time that I know is possible. Just like try to finish a run and be done with it. I don't know. I don't want to like just give up on this category though. Like, I'm only here in the first place because I know what's possible, right? I know it can be done in this speedrun. But the only reason it hasn't already been done is because of how difficult it is. What are you doing? And maybe if someone decided to use spears in a run, we would have that good time already. This guy's gonna be annoying. Yeah. Oh yeah, two of you. Why listen to? Why not? Why did they do that? They just go back to their den just to look at it? I did always have Moon down on the playlist. Oh boy. Thank you for the spear. Does that count as stealing? If a scavenger has a spear and then they die, drop it, and you take it immediately? Surely not, right? Because they're dead. It's not really theirs anymore. But this guy's gonna be fun. And a king vulture. I pressed the wrong button to jump. Okay, good job. I did jump there, but I was too slow. Maybe the first iterators were built in large bodies of water, but they built so many of them that they had to spread them out more. And maybe, I guess, they thought the rain would kind of take care of that too. Once there were enough iterators for there to be rain everywhere. I mean, we only really see, like, pebbles, facility grounds, plus outer expanse, right? We can't even really see anything else because of the clouds, so we don't really know what the environment looks like in other places, or where the other iterators were built. I think that if they were built there, they'd be a lot lower. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Well, I guess we can't see those ones then. No escape. Right. Moon was one of the earlier ones. For getting out of Karma Cache. That wasn't even any better. Like getting the food, it took a while. No, he wouldn't have gotten hit by that if he didn't fall down. You didn't even know. Oh, great. Thought it was all over. What is this? If you don't see any lizards past that last room. Not great run. Why were you stopping? How hungry? I don't think it is in space. We don't really know if they've done anything space related, the ancients. You know, I remember a theory. I think someone else kind of had this theory, but they didn't really elaborate too much on it, but I thought about it a little bit more. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Oh my gosh. The idea is that the shelters are alive. And more than that, my idea was that the shelters are purpose organisms. So they're able to remain functional for so long. They're able to repair themselves, and also why they're able to detect like when a creature enters the shelter and when they should close and open. Same with the gates, honestly. The gates could be purpose organisms, like the guardians that can detect karma levels. And I don't think it's too unreasonable, considering that like other purpose organisms we've seen are the ones in memory crypts that are basically just like big boxes with like stuff inside, you know? And like Leviathans have like the hydraulic press jaws, you know? Which is kind of similar to like the whole mechanism for the shelters that allows them to close. I don't know if I've ever stabbed that green lizard in these runs. Okay, I'll take it. Now, I guess I'm not too familiar with how like satellite dishes and like satellite communication works, but could they also use the iterators instead, or the communication towers? Like those are also like extremely tall, like way above the clouds, that could communicate with like structures on the ground. And the iterators too. All that like 2 minutes just, or like 3 minutes just thrown away because of one mistake. I was doing fine on the wall pounces earlier, but you know, that's how it is. It's very inconsistent. They do look different. Hello. Bad flight. You know what? I'll just keep going. Never mind. Okay. It's been outskirts. It's moved from industrial to outskirts. It's not even very difficult. It's just like one jump that I can't do. Yeah, if the physics works the same way, that's kind of an assumption for Rain World. Please don't be a problem. I realized, like, midway, like, they probably would notice the first spear. Huh. Kind of slow. I guess it's kind of like diminishing returns. Like if I have like a 10% chance of finishing a run on any stream, then you would expect that I would complete it roughly within 10 streams, but maybe after so many attempts, that percentage actually goes down a little bit. That doesn't really make sense though, but that's kind of what it feels like. You know, it's only once you've already done 9 streams of one speedrun trying to finish a run when you realize that you probably should have spent more time practicing at the beginning. But now, like, you've already gotten that practice from doing speedruns, so you just kind of have to keep going. I feel like it'd be a waste of time to, like, go back to doing practice again. Although practicing, like, creature interactions is really bizarre. Like, I don't really know how to go about that other than just playing the game a bunch. Like, for movement, it's obvious. Like, just do this section over and over again. Except for this part, which I can never get consistent. Never. Does that work? Can I do it like that? I don't know. I feel like I need to do something else. I guess that's the end of attempts for today. Like there's no point in doing more attempts if I'm not even able to get past outskirts. I'm gonna have to karma catch too. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, which one is it? This one, I believe. I hope that's right. Okay, let's go to Underhang. Wherever this room is. This one? That's the wrong room. Sorry, dude. Underhang is here. Almost in the right spot. Okay, I'll also get the pearl. Just go from here. So it actually looks like I can play the game correctly. I don't know why, after doing a bunch of like Spearmaster speedruns, if you got bored of it, why would you implement a system to your live streams to make it more difficult for yourself? Like, oh man, this speedrun it sure is difficult and boring. Maybe I should spice it up with challenges to make it even harder. Oh, all right. And what was I thinking? Like, oh, they have this challenge, you know, not using spears. Really, just removing that challenge will make the run so much easier. As I run into lizards, like I never know how to deal with that situation. First time seeing lizards ever. Hear me? Oh, wrong way, dude. How am I ever supposed to finish this speedrun? Is this possible? We're gonna be here forever? Yeah, that's a little much. I think just doing the speedrun is hard enough if you go for a good enough time. Let's pull them all the way down. That's not a pro. Grenade boosts. I've never heard of grenade. Like, I assume that means like throwing a grenade at the floor to launch yourself into the sky. But not close enough that it actually kills you. That's actually useful. Was that also a speedrun? Like, surely not, right? You wouldn't want to also put yourself on time limit when trying those kind of challenges. There's something in this room. Yeah, sure, that works. 80-hour run. Oh, wow. Oh. Fine, I'll do that. I died for lizard like you last time. Well, alright. Well. No, don't restart. Oh, and then I try that strategy and it doesn't work. I go backwards. Why not? I guess it should have been obvious, right? Artificer, I thought Artificer was such a difficult run, but it's only like 20 minutes long. Like, is it even possible for a 20-minute run or 20-minute long run to like be difficult? Like, there's only so many opportunities to like for that end the run to end. Within 20 minutes, it's only a matter of time, so you get lucky for all of those moments. But when you have a run that's like over twice as long, suddenly you can't do that anymore. You can't just be lucky the whole time. I mean, if you think of it like flipping a coin, if finishing a speedrun is like getting heads like 5 times in a row, you know, or let's say like for every minute you flip a coin. So for a 20-minute run, you flip 20 coins, and there's some chance of you getting all those heads. But then when it's, let's say that there's a 40-minute run, so twice as long, even though, you know, Spearmaster's longer than that. Although there's some parts where that aren't really dangerous, so maybe it cancels out, I don't know. But if you have a 40-minute long run, then that's twice as many coin flips that you have to do in a row, but that doesn't mean that it's just like half as likely to happen. It's like even less than that, unless I'm totally wrong about that. I think that makes sense, right? getting 40 heads in a row is much more unlikely than 20 heads. Not just like twice as unlikely. It's like doing 2 sets of 20 coin flips back to back, right? Or like 2 artificer runs back to back, which I guess kind of makes it more obvious how ridiculous that is. Like spend all those attempts getting 1 artificer run and then do it again. So if the chance of finishing 1 artificer run is like 1 in 100, I don't know, who knows how likely it is given my attempts. If it's 1 in 100, then getting 2 1 in 100 chances in a row is like 1 in 10,000. Is that how it works? I mean, obviously the solution is just to not play like a crazy person and just take your time. You don't need to take the same risks that you would take as Artificer. Like, actually play the game well. That was risky. I'm sure that with enough like streams and enough actual like successful runs, you could like come up with some predictions of how likely things are. Like how likely are you to see a dropwing in this location or a spinner spider in this location, and how many times or how likely it is to die to like any of those threats if they do show up. Hello, welcome to the stream. This isn't the real run. This is just practice. I couldn't get past outskirts, so I just gave up. I consider doing that, like maybe looking at all the artificer streams and like keeping track of like where I died at what time in the run and to what creature, and then I could kind of like figure out, you know, which creatures are most dangerous, which areas am I most likely to die in, kind of create like a model like that. But also I realized I have to look through like 30 hours of videos, so no. I mean, if you want to do something like that, you would just keep track of it while you're doing runs. So like if you died to a creature, just if you lose a run, just like write down which creature you died to, when it happened, and then you just have all the data already. Turn off. That actually took longer than it should have. Probably not gonna make it. Gravity's gonna flip. Oh, we just wait here. And I messed it up. Nice, you can do that. Cool. So they figured out that most attempts were ended by wolf spiders. I mean, surely it would be like something early in the run, like slime lizards. I probably lose most of my runs from slime lizards. But maybe you would like correct for like how many attempts get there. What are you even stuck on? You're good at getting through outskirts? Well, they're just better than me. What are you doing, dude? Oh, I messed up. Time to go through this painfully slowly. I remember last time I dropped the Grapthorn behind so I could get through this room faster. I mean, I think we all know that even if I finish this run and even if it's like world record, his run is still like way more impressive. Hello, Moon. Oh, why'd I do this? I was supposed to just go back to the precipice. Thanks. Great. Rare music. Location. This area is very threatening. Okay. Sure, this will be allowed in official runs. See you, man. I mean, he wasn't going for world record, he was going for sub-hour run, which also ended up being world record, but did he have any other runs that were under an hour that were slower than the final run he did that was like 55 minutes? Or did he just get super lucky and the first run that was sub-hour was sub-hour by 5 minutes? Because if you don't care about, like, because my goal is somewhere around, like, low 50, right? Like 52, 51. If I'm absurdly lucky, then, like, a sub-50 run would be really cool. I'm not going to, like, try to go for it. The only sub-hour run, that's crazy. But if you think that you only need to go fast enough to get sub-hour, then you're not gonna be too worried, right? There's like plenty of places you can take your time. Like he could have waited for like another 5 minutes in some places. Overall. I don't know why I'm doing this, honestly. I'll just try music playing all of a sudden. Why did you spin? Whoa, that's a slingshot. Oh, I hit something. Not him. I hit the blue lizard, not the white lizard. Okay. Cycle. Wow, the impact from the ceiling? Yeah, I mean, same lizard. Guardian. Maybe it's better to wait then, because if I can like take damage like that by flinging myself into the ceiling. Never get the good gravity here. Happened again. Okay. Let's just do this. I should probably do something interesting other than speedruns in the near future. These are kind of dull. Like, what do I have planned, really? More Spearmaster, and then when I'm done with Spearmaster and the Infinity from now. Do Saint forever, and then do the speedrun and that speedrun. Like, who cares, really, right? And I don't know if there's really anything else that's interesting to do in Rain World that I haven't already done. What are you made of? He just gave up. Been spared. Can't wait for that to happen for real. I mean, I guess the idea was that I would just do other games. But not as many people are as interested in those. Yeah, you're fine with other games. You show up to like every single stream I do. That's actually probably faster than what I'd normally do. Actually, no. I know what like I should do. If I care about like growing this channel. Like, you know, if I just wanted to do like random speedruns forever, like I could do that. Hello. That was very lucky. I think it's kind of a problem with streaming on YouTube. Like, if I wanted to focus exclusively on streaming on YouTube, then I would also have to make YouTube videos, because that's why people are on YouTube in the first place. You watch someone's videos, and then you find out that they also stream, so it's like, oh, might as well check out the stream. If I had a main audience on Twitch, then I would just stream and that would be it, right? You can probably grow on Twitch just by streaming. I mean, that's really all you can do. But I don't know if you can really grow on YouTube with just streaming. Hello. Welcome to not a run. This is practice. Because I have dev tools on. Woo, I'm cheating. Yeah, I just kept dying in outskirts, so I couldn't actually get a real run going. Maybe I should play Monk. Maybe Monk is like super easy. Actually, no, I already had that idea, right? To do a bunch of Monk speedruns like Pebbles Percent or Story Percent. Maybe I should just main Monk, because creatures aren't even like awful. There's less creatures, less dangerous creatures, and they aren't even as aggressive. Like, Monk is like easy mode. I mean, that's the point, obviously, but when it comes to speedruns especially. Running Saint Runner. The non-existent Saint speedrunners. They're real. Oh, there's a lizard. You. How to do this. Never mind. Thank you, camera. Oh, here's the run ender. That was super risky. Don't ever do what I just did. If you touch a spitter spider and they decide to grab you, you're just dead. Especially if you're not holding something. AKA if you're playing Spearmaster. This is like the hardest jump in the, well, no. Maybe that was just when it's harder, but I can never get this one. Consistently, like first try. You have to get the, like the max height roll pounds, plus you need to time the grapple worm correctly. That was wrong. Maybe I should just go with the easier shot, just using a spear. It's probably not too much slower. I wish there was a Saint category that was just short, a lot shorter. Like Saint doesn't even have an any percent. Well, they do, but their any percent is pretty much the same as story percent, minus like a small section in the middle. Actually, most of the downpour characters are neglected by the speedrunners. Like Hunter is still one of the more popular characters to speedrun. That and like random expeditions. Favorite Echo theme? The one in Farmer is. I'm in a pound state, so I couldn't gain a lot of height from that. Probably shouldn't do a slide pounce into that. Hey dude, I don't like you. Well, that would have been cool. Well, alright, that's the end of that. Can't even finish a practice run. Who knows, maybe I'll be doing Spearmaster forever. Or maybe I should just start with the Saint runs already, so I can have a little bit of variety at least. Or maybe I should do Monk instead. I don't know. Or Rivulet. The entire channel is going to be Spearmaster. Rivulet is like a fun character to speedrun. They have a lot of interesting movement. And it's super easy. Rivulet is like by far the easiest downpour speedrun. Once you learn the tech. Maybe there's a little bit of a barrier entry to like movement tech. But you don't even need to do like half the movement in the run. That's just like extra stuff that makes it a little bit faster. There's plenty of like, there's like 100 ultimate strategies in the Riv run that make it easier. And like, what are the actual dangerous parts of the run? Like drainage system at the very beginning. There's chimney and the gutter, which is like a normal amount of lizards, but Riv is so fast, they're like barely important. And then what, right? There's the rot, which has like DLLs, right? But they're all in like predictable locations, so you can like know how to avoid them. You can't kill things if they're in your way. That is true. Like if you're in subterranean and you're trying to enter filtration system to go to the shelter, if there's a spider in that one tunnel, that's it. You just like can't get past the spider. You have to wait for them to move out of the way. Leaving underhang. That entire section past pebbles, when you have the refraction cell, it's mostly just DLLs that you're worried about, right? They can be in random positions, which is annoying, but usually there's like multiple ways you can approach it. That is one of the more RNG parts of the run, DLLs being in random positions. After that, it's like not really that bad. There's like some lizards in memory crypts that might be a problem, but there's ways to avoid them. Shoreline has like, what does Shoreline even have? I don't think there's anything dangerous in Shoreline. There's like an aquapede, one aquapede, and then in Submerged there's like a kelp that might get you, and an eel lizard. Like there's nothing in Riv story percent compared to like Spearmaster, where every room has like 3 lizards in it. Or Saint, which is super long and has a handful of annoying rooms plus Rubicon. Artificer has the same creatures as Spearmaster plus Scavengers. Gourmand isn't really that bad, but Gourmand kind of sucks, so it balances out. Riv is really good and really easy at the same time. I should just run Riv if I actually want to enjoy the game. Anyway, that's enough. Nothing. Thanks everyone for watching. I might stream tomorrow. Depends on how I feel about Spearmaster. Or maybe I'll do something else. We'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.